I'm down at the C Arena in Cloverdale, Indiana. This is Harvey's first big show. He came down here and he's going to stay for 11 days. He's going to be getting exposure to 2 different shows. So he's not being shown. We did cut his mane. He's been given a bath. He's been walked around. You know, the trainer has been doing their thing with him. So he's just getting used to show life. But this was his first real big thing that he did by himself without his mother Ember and without his brother Taz. I was not supposed to come down to this show, but there were some big life changes that happened and I ended up being able to make it. But the C Arena in Cloverdale, Indiana consists of 2 large arenas that run right down the center of the building. And in the middle here, which I'm getting up to right now, is kind of this open, empty gap that people can wait for their class while they're waiting in line. I've seen people do little warm-ups here in this small area. I'm walking up to it, it's right here. So the whole thing is just 2 giant pens with like a space in the middle. And then on the outside of the barn, down both sides, are aisles of stalls. Just stalls everywhere. This is the empty area between the 2 arenas. People will stand here and wait for their class. Some might do like a small warm-up, maybe like light tack changes or something. This arena on this side yesterday they used for ranch trail, and then they also ran cattle in here last night. They did some classes that involve cattle in this arena. So like there's a chute set up over there. This arena over here, we did rail classes in yesterday, and then they also had like regular trail. They called it city trail. I usually refer to it as pleasure trail, which always made me wonder, why isn't there like a hunt seat trail? Has anyone ever noticed that? Like there's a ranch trail, there's like a western pleasure trail. Why isn't there like a hunt seat trail? I don't know, I mean, there's hunter jumper, I guess. Maybe that can be considered, but I don't know. That's just something I always wondered. But I haven't been to this arena in I think 3 years. Taz was a yearling, and for me to be down here is quite odd. To be here. It's a little after 5:30 in the morning. I specifically got up this early in the morning because people are just starting to wake up and there's really no horses out in the arenas. I did want to video some of the classes and stuff and kind of explain them, but I'm not showing, so I felt uncomfortable and I didn't want to put people on social media without their permission, or you know, lately, the last few days on Facebook, I have been on the receiving end of so much fat shaming. There's no other way to put it. I'm not a skinny girl. I'm certainly not super large, I don't feel like, but anyway, so I'm an average woman, and down here there's a lot of people that are my size, and I don't want them to be on the receiving end of hatred of that kind without, like, you know, I post on the internet, I know it's coming. I don't want them to go through that because it's horrible. Both of these arenas are huge. I think for this show they had 250 stalls reserved. Some of those could be tack stalls, but like I said, there's 2 shows one weekend after the other. So this weekend there's a show, and then the following weekend there's another show. There are Appaloosa shows. That's what Harvey is here for. Because the shows are running back to back, a lot of people, Harvey's trainer included, are staying the entire time. So they moved in last Wednesday, and they'll be here until, you know, the next Sunday. I absolutely love this arena and this location because we can all put our lawn chairs along the outside of our stalls, and we can watch the classes or the practices. This type of openness and exposure was exactly what Harvey needed, and it was why we were so adamant that he had to get down to this show, even though he's not showing. I think he's bound to determine there's food in there, but I don't think there's any grain in there yet, buddy.